After seeing the first trailer of The Crow, I actually am not that angry. After I first saw the first picture, maybe I was a little worried, or I was, because I thought, why doesn't he have long hair? Why does he look like a fucking zoomer, right? Is he gonna do another TikTok? Is that what this movie is about? Eric Draving being a TikToker who gets killed by a rival TikTok gang? Or a cancelled crowd from Minecraft? Then I saw the trailer and was like, fine. I didn't hate the hair or anything like that. So, and seeing Bill Skarsgård's performance, I was fine with it. Like, from what I saw, he might still be horrible, of course, but from what I saw, he was fine. Yet, I think, from what I saw of the trailer, I am very worried that they will miss out on the other things that make the movie, but the graphic novel that it's based on, really good. I've seen some people talk about the Joker and, Suicide Squad Joker, not the good Jokers, in reference to Bill Skarsgård. And it's a hit or miss for me, because he is never in the graphic novel, his profession is never given. But to use that as a lead-in to a problem I did notice is that here, right, it seems to me that they're missing out on a part that made the graphic novel really special to me. And that was that it was all about normal people, as in it wasn't about upper middle class people at all in the graphic novel. In the graphic novel, it's all about lower middle class people. So Eric and his girlfriend, right, are lower middle class. And the gangsters they meet that end up, brutalizing them are lower gangsters. I mean, they would be lower income middle class, but gangsters, with that salary, but, they're gangsters. That's, what I try to say in a very long way. Here, it seems like it's the whole, lower income towards, very rich people, which to me takes away some of the beauty of the story, because the beauty and what they showed was normal people fighting amongst themselves. And sure, one could, that's also the thing, I never got the sense when I read the graphic novel that it was like rich people's fault this happened. For those of you who have not read the graphic novel, you've seen the movie, right? In the graphic novel, Eric and his girlfriend, his wife, get brutalized on a car trip. They are just going by car outside of Detroit, and then they get attacked by the gangsters. Whereas in the movie, it's the girlfriend, the wife, doing some sort of petition that makes the gangsters who run that building attack and brutalize her, and they never mean to kill her, allegedly. Yet in the graphic novel, they do kill her, but it's more, they're just evil. There's no redeeming quality about them. There's one guy who gets redeemed in the graphic novel, and very similar to how it is in the movie, right? When the guy from Twin Peaks gets redeemed. Which makes me feel like they're missing other parts because they're so afraid of doing the original thing, because they want to do it some sort of rich people bad thing, right? Or maybe not Christianity bad in this case, but that's the other worry I have, because in the graphic novel, he is an angel, right? The Crow comes and takes him back to set the wrong things right, which would be to kill the gangsters who killed him and his girlfriend. His wife, again, I keep finding wife, okay? But here, they keep referring to him as a god. They do it once, right? So maybe they call him an angel in the story later, but that's the next thing, contrasts they seem to be missing, because in the graphic novel, it's the thing that got me in that part is also that you sort of find out what happens to Eric and his girlfriend, Eric and his wife. You find out what happens to Eric and his wife sort of in the beginning, but you never see what they go through. You just hear, okay, so the woman was very, very bad word by several people, and Eric was murdered. But you also find out later on, towards the end of the story, Eric, when he gets killed, he doesn't die immediately. It takes him about 20 minutes to die. So he sees his wife get gang, very bad word. And one of those is after she is dead, which is really, yeah, I remember reading that and just, yeah, that stuck with me. Almost traumatic, or I guess it was traumatic to read that. And why I bring that up is quite simple, because in the start of the story it's very dark, like Detroit is drawn very dark, shown very gothic-like, right? But every time they do a flashback to Eric and his wife, it's before the bad things happen. His wife look angelic, right? And what they have seems almost heaven-like because of the palette they're using. So they create this contrast between the past and the present until the very end, the final flashback being when you see this horrific thing that happens to Eric and his wife. Then the darkness and the light, join hands. And it's a very horrifyingly beautiful contrast. Horrifying, obvious, but beautiful in the sense of how how James Barr shows the story, right? It's beautifully written. That doesn't, just because it's beautifully written doesn't mean that the content of it is good, right? That's why I used horrific rather. And that seems to be missing here. It just looks dark. That's all I saw. And CGI. So, and then am I really supposed to believe that Hollywood will do anything about Christianity or talk about it at all? No. It will just be white evil men bad, white rich evil men bad, and that's that. And this is the final note I will say, because some people might say, oh, Keiko, doesn't it make more sense to then do something else, because Christianity has had, it's, what is it called, gauche, or, been done to death. But I disagree, because up to that point, stories of Christianity that I had read, everyone gets sort of forgiven in the end, and it's very, Jesus-like, which is fine, right? Spoiler alert, I like Jesus. But the thing here is that in this one, the graphic novel, it's the older type of angel, right? The vengeful one, the one that would destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, that type of angel that you can't reason with. It's resolute, and that's why I have some hope for it, because when you see Bill Skarsgård just going through it and getting shot and just moving, they do have that feeling. So I am a little hopeful that if that thing sticks through, and if they can do the contrast between the flashbacks of Eric being alive and, that gone through, but very bad scene will probably not be in it, which is, it's not that it's necessary, but then again, why are you doing The Crow if you're not having the scene? Because the point is that what happens to Eric's wife is so abnormal, so disgusting, so wrong, that divine intervention is necessary to set things right. And he doesn't show, the thing is also like that scene is shown up ahead, like what he does, James Barr, he kind of pans the camera up and you just see the speech bubbles of what happens, and then it just goes dark when Eric dies, and then you're in the, so it's not even that there's gratuitous, but so we will see. So as I said, Bill Skarsgård does look like he is resolute in his performance from what I saw. That he looks like, he takes no, shit from anyone, right? So Bill will probably do fine. I think he'll be fine. I just think that the story and how they changed everything around in it will be good. And that's a damn shame, because I think he could have done, if they had done the original graphic novel, like adapted it more truthfully, and they can add more things, right? Because the graphic novel is shortish, like that's why they added things in the movie. I believe so, because otherwise it would have been too short. So it's a short graphic novel. It's not like us. It's not like, you know. It's a short graphic novel. That's the point. But I need to go get my coffee and smash patriarchy and the capitalistic society we live in, which I will do better than this movie ever wish to do.